We don't know what you was doing in your office. FMG Unscripted.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Unscripted, where the conversations are candid and unfiltered. Now, Valentine's Day just left the building, and I'm sure all of y'all have your work speedies. Here's looking at y'all. So today we have our special guest, Kentario McKenzie. Y'all may know him as Kenny's son and all the other things, and I'll let my other two beautiful co-workers introduce themselves.
I'll go first because best is first. Hi, y'all know me as Giselle Hall, graphic designer, photographer, and whatever other hats I need to wear.
Hi everybody, you guys know me as Preston Ferguson Jr., Content and Marketing Lead, but for today's episode, you guys can call me PJ.
Let's just get right into the meat of the matter. Y'all have work husbands and wives?
When I need to.
I'd say,
Love that too.
I'd definitely say yes, officially and unofficially.
And explain that a little bit more for me.
I think officially is when you know what it is, or you know the titles that you give persons, and whether it be your working relationship with them. But then unofficially is kind of when the relationship kind of blossoms, and you're kind of surprised by it.
You mean me?
No, you're right for sure.
Platonically,
Yeah, surprised.
romantically, what do we mean by that?
Well, I would premise that the work relationship is something that's professional and crosses over to platonic.
Okay.
I think
So we hang out outside of work now.
we can't hang outside of work.
Okay, okay.
We talk outside of work. We talk outside of work business. We ask about our own personal lives.
Look at me.
Because we ask about our personal lives.
Yes.
Thank you. This is my work life, everybody.
One of them. Yeah, you know
Don't
how you
talk
go.
like- don't talk
Okay,
like
sorry.
this.
Now, while I agree that it does blossom, I don't think it always is staying in that platonic area. Although,
You have
respect.
something to tell us?
No. I just saying respect if it does stay within that boundary. But I feel like
From
some people. Next question.
Hey, okay.
So out of plain curiosity, what qualifies you to be a work wife or husband? What makes that person your work wife?
When you go to work, you almost want to go to work to see that person. That's a big one
Okay, yeah.
for sure.
I feel that.
In addition to that, with wanting to see the person, I think your work wife is also the work relationship that you have, kind of being able to get projects done, or especially if you're from different departments or you have a department that kind of works in harmony. So, for example, how Giselle's in graphics and I'm in content, we do a lot of stuff together in terms of campaigns. So I find
You
myself,
love me.
not that it's hard to work with any other graphic designers, but because it's my work wife, I go first.
Or her. Okay.
Because I know I don't have to put a task on Asana, or I don't go through the full hierarchy. I can just say, hey, Giselle, I need an intro.
Okay.
I need an animated graphic. And yeah, she's going to curse me out about it.
Yes, I will, and I'm going to say no, and you're not going to get it.
Okay, now if y'all were to have people at home, do you guys think your partners would be comfortable with these work wives and husbands? Is this cheating?
I think there's a boundary.
I think just like how Preston said, it's platonic, They help me get through the day without jumping off the balcony. So in theory, they are helping my actual at-home partner get me home to them, and not stay at work spiraling forever.
But there are work wives and husbands that kind of spend more time with their work wife or husband, or even come to work to do that exactly.
That's
So
what you said. So
that's
you
what he
wanna touch
said.
on
So
that
I
point?
just want to...
You say you be
What did
looking
you-
forward
what
to
were you
coming to
getting
work
at
for
when
your
you said
work
that,
wife
Dario?
slash husband.
As what I meant by that. You see how you all doing the little eggshell thing? Like, oh, well,
Playing crazy. Yeah, I noticed that. Oh, it's so
Is it eggshell or we
professional.
just don't have what you have? Okay, I think that's what it is, and it's okay.
This isn't a direct, situation. A personal situation. This is just something that I notice. When you go to work and your work wife jump on you, talking about, oh, baby.
Why are they jumping on you? I definitely don't jump on Preston, so I think we need to talk about what you and your work wife are doing.
I'm just saying that those are some of the work wife.
Sound like you need to call HR.
That I've seen, and they got people right at home, and then they come to work and say, "Oh, yo, man, that's just small. That's just small."
That doesn't happen at FMG.
I mean,
Hello, what you trying to say?
I don't think it does. I just saying.
You
there
know
are
it doesn't.
situations-
You know it
There are
doesn't.
situations.
Say no.
So why you trying to?
Say no. Make sure you say
Why
no.
you getting so
So-
aggressive? Work husband. You want to deal with
Deal with.
You didn't
Oh,
even say
oh, so-
platonic and professional?
Oh, platonic. So
Deal with.
I mean, I haven't had experience like as you're describing of you might have experienced, but I would say that when people have different blurred boundaries, you tend to I guess, dabble a little deeper from platonic and professional into sometimes romantic. As
And that's what you were
Kentaro
doing,
described.
Kentario, mister?
I've had my fair share of work relationships that might have turned into romantic relationships. If I being fair.
Oh, that sounds different.
I know.
But I
not
didn't
very
have-
di- that's-
but I
that's
didn't
not
have
what we
a
have.
boyfriend
Not at all.
Prior to that.
So there was no woman involved at the time.
Yeah,
It was
because
just
I
harmless.
I understand how the thing goes.
And what type of effect do you guys think that like these work husbands and wives have on work culture itself, though?
That's a good question. I think it's a positive and negative. It has its pros and cons.
Okay.
As Kentario alluded to, that some work relationships can trade into more of a romantic aspect. And sometimes, as a single person, you can do that. If both persons are single, yeah, that's fine. But if it's where I'm single, but my work wife is actually married, that kind of drama, that personal drama, kind of then builds into our work life. So therefore, you can't get projects done. You walking around pins and needles, not wanting to talk, or you have a big.
You might have to quit.
You may have to fight inside the
Right.
office. So,
Right.
Or you got work. You got the person's husband coming to the job for you. My goodness.
To come box you in your mouth. Because why you text my wife that
Not at
at
all.
8:30 p.m. and she been off from 5 o'clock?
Yeah. So I think especially going back to Kentario's fabulous example. I think with things like that kind of tread a little bit beyond platonic, a little bit beyond the professional into a bit more romantic or even physical, and physical being sexual. It kind of leads.
You just had to clarify that point.
Oh, no problem. But I think when it gets to that, it leaves little to no room, or at least too much room for confusion.
And mess, because like imagine now your
Yeah.
execs have to have a meeting to say everyone.
Oh, they have to put
Yeah.
a policy to say there's
Nah,
no
for sure.
You can't
relationship
date.
happening.
Yeah, like let's just not even have to go there. Let's just
Now,
yeah.
what you shouldn't do is if you're someone's superior, obviously that's when it treads
Yeah,
a
that's
very
it.
fine
Now that's the
line.
whole power
That's
imbalance
Yeah,
situation.
Don't do that.
That movie Baby Girl.
That's deep.
yeah.
That's deep. That's deep. Yeah.
Okay.
We survive. Thank you.
So those are a lot of negative examples, but what are some positives? I'm sure like having a work wife or husband is actually a good thing sometimes. Our bosses, for example.
Yeah, and not just our bosses, not to name drop, but Tyreek and Celine, hashtag Big Bad Butler. They are a work couple, and it's very lovely to see when they're both in office together and they're flourishing together and their creativity is growing together. And it's not like it's a bad effect on the company. I feel like for us as his co-workers, seeing them work together, it's like inspiring, and it pushes us to do better so that their what the word is vision comes to life, so that we don't let them down, essentially. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Could be a little depressing sometimes.
Oh,
You don't have no husband or wife. You don't have nothing.
that's
You have
why
Jesus.
you have a work
You have
wife.
Jesus. You have nothing else.
Well, I guess
Or your
that's
work
a
wife,
positive too
husband.
then, because when you come to work, I think like I said, some people they aren't motivated enough to do what they need to do.
On their own.
So some companies might even throw a little, attractive girl inside the mix at a specific male dominated company.
Personality hires.
Yeah, some
Okay.
nice personality, yeah, but sometimes physical hires. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the men come to work and
Yeah, so that they had to move all the heavy
Alright
stuff when we
then.
getting our groceries. We can bring the chips up.
Man, when I used to go to youths, you have to carry 7 chairs, walk around.
Exactly. We won't be doing that. Who will move a couch?
I believe in equality.
That's fine, not me.
That's wild.
Not for that type.
Not for that type of thing. I'm
Not
sorry.
for-
Baby,
not
I'm
for
not
that
lifting
label. Not for
nothing.
that.
Is our boss not a woman?
She is.
She is a strong,
What that mean?
independent
So
black
you wanted to
woman.
pick up a couch?
No,
So she must lift the couch and tote it?
She can do it, and she can also direct a man to do it.
Exactly.
She
Any
can-
Clock
clock
that.
that and anything.
She can also
deep.
direct the-
How you feel about that, Gandari?
That's deep. That's keep it at
He
that.
moves the couches. Right?
Did you not see the promo?
He just told us he was picking up the chairs and youths.
Did you not see the promo was trying to move in the chair? Woman.
Ah.
Thank you.
And we're
Move
back.
A singular chair.
Yeah,
Women,
My example definitely said couch.
I don't need it.
women in male-dominated industry.
And we're back.
And we're so back. Oh my gosh. Work wives and husbands, everybody. So, okay. In our industry, of course, we work in PR, marketing, social media, all of that.
Cheating.
What's a really good example of like a work wife campaign that we've seen before? Because we see a lot of Valentine's Day stuff, but
yeah,
not specifically work wife stuff. That's more niche.
I haven't seen any personally myself. Haven't seen any personally myself but I have seen a lot of campaigns that have alluded to it. Haven't seen campaigns that outrightly say my work wife, work husband, but it gives this kind of like in office romance type of feel. No company to think off the top of my head, but
Okay,
I have
so
seen that campaign before.
there was a campaign sometime last year, and it was Krispy Kreme, and they had like donuts, and it was like I do to my work wife, or I do to my I do. Sorry, I do.
Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad,
My
not
work
bad.
wife or husband, and they had like little images of the boxes and stuff, and that's probably the only time I've seen something that specific about having a work wife or husband, and I feel like they kind of pushed the envelope with that because we don't see that ever. It's taboo. Like everybody knows that
Like
every
nobody
company,
wants to talk
but no
about
one wants to
having
say
a
that out
work wife or
loud.
husband. No one
But
wants to
people be having
regularize it.
Yeah.
But it's the same concept as having a work bestie, just a different
Yeah.
term. I feel, unless it's Kintario.
I know about that.
Category.
I know
But
about
some
that.
of us,
Can't agree with that.
I mean, like Preston is my work bestie. Larissa is my work they work bestie / work wife. You know what I mean?
I don't
Yeah, no,
agree. I
I
don't know
like
what you
the-
mean. I need you. I can't agree with that.
I mean, I know at my current role, I don't have no non-platonic.
But have you?
yeah,
And
and well,
how did that go?
Yeah.
it go where it needed to go.
It went.
Yes, it
Away.
went out the door.
Did anything
office doors.
blossom past? I guess you working
No.
at the place, or it just stayed within that.
He was
Okay.
a white man.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That doesn't need to blow
With
nowhere.
the
White.
is what it-
Okay, so
Aye.
we know not Preston. We know Kentario's already had a work wife.
Multiple. Let's emphasize that. He
Yes,
said multiple.
several.
He
You
said he
had
is go to
one.
work just for that.
Okay.
Hold on now.
You was wake up excited.
6:30.
6:30.
He said, "Oh, I can't wait to see you today."
I got work for 6:30 a.m.
He going to get the haircuts. All right.
Preston.
And just for clarification, that's relationships that I've met at work that have blossomed into something more, or just
Romantically?
romantically specifically.
Yes.
Or is it just my work wife?
Baby,
we
we
mean
know we
romantic.
mean romantic.
You
Please.
mean a little canoodling.
Exactly. A little late night rendezvous.
A little. We want to ride home together, and then y'all don't go home.
Y'all go for a
You
drink.
know me. I would say because it's unscripted. Let's go for it.
Okay.
I have been in a situation like that before. Prior to,
I'm surprised.
I was not here in Nassau, but I was abroad and having that experience. But it was fun. I think I wasn't so corporate as I am now, so it didn't give the sense of me feeling so stuffy or when you come in, you're the director of this and I'm the this of that. It was more of a this is your job, this is my job, and I guess in broadcast sometimes we work ad hoc hours. So it's one of those things where we did something in the evening times. So after we got off, I'm like, let's go for a drink one time. It was cool.
It was cool. It was
I
fun.
enjoyed it.
Cool
Them
for the
drinks just
summer.
get the inhibitions
Yeah.
going.
And I promise I could have stopped talking about work.
Talked about work the whole time.
We
And we have our special guest, Georgette Turnquest, one half of a work wife. Come in. Come
Yes,
in.
walk on in.
Let's hear from you,
Yeah.
girl. Okay,
Yeah.
girl.
We'll make a little room for you.
I'm glad y'all moved.
Since we're talking about work wives,
And I just gave a leading example of our work wife here. Of our very own work wife, I should say.
So, Miss T, as a real life work wife, not for fake like
Work
everybody
wife
else has
and
been
life wife.
describing,
Yep.
what's that like for you? How do you feel about your employees moving past a platonic friendship and into other things? What do you think about that?
that's a really unexpected question.
I know.
Okay.
This is unscripted.
How do I feel about my employees?
Engaging in romantic relationships.
I think they just, I mean, it happens. I've been on a few jobs where friends have turned into more than friends. Witnessed a couple colleagues get married. So it happens.
And the messy side of it. And let's talk about you specifically as our boss. How would
Well,
you
it didn't
feel
happen
about
like that for me and CEO.
Right. But how
We-
would you feel if it did?
With me and CEO?
Yeah, but you were CEO.
That's such a hypothetical question that's not even real.
But it's unscripted,
But
so
it's
it could be real.
unscripted, so what
I mean-
happens if it happened?
Well, you guys work together now.
We work together now, but I mean, we're like 20 years in to the relationship.
Still
We
could be
didn't meet on the
fresh.
job. We didn't meet on the job. So, but I do know couples that have met on the job, and it was yeah.
It was.
I mean, it could. No, Jesus.
Do you have a work wife?
Yeah. I probably have a work husband and wife.
Would
Her name is Robina Demoa Pia.
okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
of course, of course.
Yes.
she feels
No, for
both
true,
truths.
she might.
Is that what you're saying?
But would Mr. T
Approve of
approve
that?
of you having a work husband?
Hell no.
If that was
I
the
mean,
label.
well, I mean,
Would you approve of him having a work wife?
no. No.
Absolutely not.
Negative.
But I mean, it's crazy for
No.
him.
Is it the intention behind the work wives? Because then it can just be where, let's say, for example, because I'm the office work husband, I like to wear if I
You would be acceptable.
That is what I'm saying.
don't say on this
Problematic.
You would be acceptable, BJ.
Thank you. This is back.
This is
But
crazy.
Crazy.
we still didn't get the answer from you. How would you feel if your employees were canoodling?
I mean, it happens.
On
Right.
company time?
Oh,
I've been on jobs where connections are made on company time. Usually, though, professionally,
yeah.
they have to be disclosed at some point.
Oh, okay. So we have to tell you.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
You
You
have
have
to
to
really
tell
hard
HR.
HR.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh
It has to be disclosed professionally to HR.
I think that is only happening in TV shows. Eh?
no, but I just trying to keep the conversation going. People may not know that.
Yeah,
That's why I was like, OMG.
I didn't expect you
I expect you
to
to
break
Yeah.
the fourth wall. Just I thought we would keep going, but okay, no problem.
It should be disclosed.
Uh-huh.
And once disclosed, I mean, good luck to you both. I mean, it could get messy.
For sure.
More than
Is it one of those things like, let's say, if I'm moving in discretion or kind of trying to feel it out for myself,
do I self-announce?
do I self-announce?
Because this is three
It's a
this
judgment
is
call.
2
It's a
dates.
judgment call.
Yeah, I'm
in,
gonna say 2 dates.
one ice cream.
No.
I have to go tell my boss.
Oh,
Me and you. No.
No,
Because if it
but
don't work, then I shame.
I would say if that date turned rancid, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If that thing went bad and it's impacting your ability to do your job, you may want to disclose.
But how early on do I have to disclose?
It depends. If there's a horrible
Before it
date,
gets rancid.
Yeah.
But I don't know it getting
Or if
rancid.
it's too good a date,
Too
and,
good
and
or
that,
too
that
bad?
comes into work, because other people don't want to see that. So if it's coming into work, I'm hello.
I know where to go and do just
Would you
now.
like the mic? Okay then. So other people don't want to see that, so you need to let HR know, so you don't get reported from them.
oh, you can still get in trouble with that though.
Oh,
or if you
I mean, you can't canoodle on the job.
find themselves like, having worked.
we don't know what you was doing in your office.
Wow.
I'm there by myself most
Okay.
times. Don't clap to that.
That was beautiful. You don't know what you was doing in your office? That was good.
I work.
Boy, our Valentine's Day campaign definitely showed that y'all may do more than work, right?
Ooh.
Those pictures
Can
were
we bring
fire.
those? Can we roll those photos in, please? Let's see Georgette and Paul.
Spicy.
Woo!
Right?
Can we see that?
Yeah.
You don't have no comments?
They look good. They look good.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful.
Very sexy.
Beautiful.
Very
So I
sexy.
just want to make sure. I guess I have a question. For
Okay.
for
Okay.
Paul.
Oh, okay.
I know
It's a long popping.
Georgette, you mentioned that you and Paul now find yourselves in a work relationship have been 20 years deep prior to that.
Yeah.
How has that changed? I guess being with such strong foundation now, I guess moving into working together, how do you see like a new perspective of him? Is it like meeting a new person again? You now get to work on the professional side.
How has my perspective of Paul changed?
Or I guess once you started working, did you find yourself like kind of meeting a new man type of feel
And falling in love with that.
all over again?
And then you gotta go home
With him
and
as
see
your
him.
desperate
Yeah,
option.
again, yeah.
And
More.
the kids.
And then
I
again
know
tomorrow.
the answer y'all want me to give.
No.
No.
Y'all want me to be cheesy.
No.
man.
Okay.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
So
Be like,
realistically, yes, I did see a different side of Paul when we first started working together. I was very impressed. I mean, it's one thing to know that your partner is doing well at work, which obviously I know he's doing well, but then to see it in action is a different thing. So it is very impressive.
So what y'all think? Y'all think having a work wife or husband is cheating? Let me know. I want to hear all about y'all situationships at your workplaces. So catch us on Mondays at 7 p.m. on YouTube and all your favorite streaming platforms. I'm Dee. See y'all soon.